Hi guys, welcome back to Pixel Science, and today I'm going to be doing some riddles again. So let's get started.
Rhonda and Lucy got to Las Vegas and headed for the house where Joy's granny lived, but they kept coming to the wrong houses. In the first house, they met this old lady, and in the second, there was this one. Can you tell which elderly woman is dangerous?
Already tell it's this one. This one. She got a lot of knives. Not this one.
The second one, she's up to something, while the first one is just getting ready for a Halloween party. The girls went to a local Halloween party. The hostesses didn't want to let them in without a password, but they didn't know it. The woman liked their costumes, so she gave them a little hint. I eat clams and I live in the ocean. I move slowly. I have 5 arms. What am I?
I eat clam. What eats clams? Basically like every. You're supposed to say 8. Okay, I think it's an octopus even though...
In no time, Joy, Rhonda, Lily, and Lucy were inside. So what was the password?
Octopus. She said 5, but I'm just guessing 5-legged. Starfish! Starfish!
A starfish.
Yeah, my boy, starfish.
Joy went to take a shower to remove her makeup, but someone poured paint into the shower head and the water turned green.
Oh my god.
Joy questioned Lucy, Rhonda, and Lily. Lucy said, I did my laundry and then went to cook some kiwi jam. Sorry, I gotta go. It might burn. Lily said, I took a shower and washed my hair right before you went in. What happened? Why are you so green? And Rhonda said, I'm studying for my geometry test. Can you keep it down, please? Hoop.
The middle one. She's suspicious. She put it in the shower. She is suspicious. Look at that suspicious face.
Pranked Joy.
She looks too calm. She looks way too calm. That is, she looks way too calm. No, she's also got suspicious plaits. It's the middle one, the blue shirt.
Lily said she just washed her hair, but it's dry and braided. Besides, she's wearing a dress under her bathrobe. A pretty suspicious outfit. Lily decided to stay and take care of Joy. Meanwhile, Rhonda offered Lucy to visit her aunt, Vera. She ran a magic shop with different potions. When Vera heard about what happened to Joy, she said, Okay, I need 3 ingredients to cook a healing drink. Here's the first one. When it comes to me, you go when you see red.
Guys, this is the worst. This is my least favorite one. Let's just skip to this one. Skip.
Look at these people who are doing their grocery shopping. One of them has stolen a watermelon. Can you tell who?
I've watched that other video and it oh my god, it was just so annoying. Just really annoying. It had something called mandragora or something like that, and I didn't. It was just annoying. So it's just.
Look at these people who are doing their grocery shopping. One of them has stolen a watermelon. Can you tell who?
This one doesn't even have a watermelon. It's this person. This person. Unless she's pregnant, you never know. But I think it's this person.
It must be this guy on the right. He's holding a soccer ball, but it looks as if it's very heavy. And since soccer balls don't weigh much, it must be a disguised watermelon.
What?
Mason went on an
She was pregnant.
expedition to Antarctica. His boss asked him to send pictures as proof that he was actually there. Mason sent pictures every day, but when he returned from the expedition, his boss fired him. Take a closer look at the pictures and try to understand what his boss didn't like.
Palm trees. There are palm trees. Palm trees. There are no palm trees in Antarctica.
Mason was sent to Antarctica, but in some pictures, you can see palm trees. No wonder the boss realized the photos were photoshopped and Mason hadn't gone there at all. An old man had extremely poor vision. He was living with his son, Mark, because he needed assistance all the time. One day, the man was resting in his armchair while his son was preparing dinner. Suddenly, Mark heard glass shatter. The man ran into the room and saw that the window was broken. He asked what had happened.
What kind of
Happened.
crack is
His-
that? One question. How do you crack something? it just goes like.
Father told him that some dark-eyed, dark-haired guy had thrown a
Sorry, can see after all. Some dark-eyed, dark-haired.
stone into the window and shattered it. Then he ran away. But Mark didn't believe his father. Why?
Because he said he was almost blind.
The man had extremely poor vision, and he wasn't wearing his glasses at the time of the accident. He couldn't see the guy, let alone the color of his hair and eyes.
Yes.
Savannah went on a business trip with her husband. In the evening, the woman didn't feel well and suddenly blacked out. When Savannah woke up a couple of hours
She just goes like. Oh.
later, she couldn't remember anything. There were two men in front of her, and both claimed to be her husband. The woman couldn't remember which of them was her real husband. Can you help her figure it out?
Always gonna be the one with the hidden ring. This person, because they're wearing the same tie. This guy's the imposter, and he's also wearing red, so he's also imposter.
They went to a business meeting. That's why they are both dressed accordingly. The guy in a hoodie doesn't look formal, so her husband must be the other one, the man who's wearing a suit. Now, this girl, Susanna, can't remember who her husband is too. Can you help her?
A lot of lost memory. It's this guy. This guy's imposter. See, anything with red is imposter because he's got a ring. This guy's imposter.
It must be this guy. Look, he's wearing a ring while the other doesn't seem to be married. Ava's parents, John and Catherine, came to the hospital to pick up the teenager. Can you tell which of these young people is their child?
It's the first one. It's the first one because firstly they're looking at her, and none of them, and both the parents are redheads.
It's this girl. John and Catherine are Ava's parents. Ava is a girl's name, and she's the only girl in the room.
Alexis runs at the stadium every day, preparing for an athletics championship. And it starts
How'd the voice just change?
today. Alexis warms up and notices a skinny guy among other runners. His legs look weak and thin. Is he gonna run? Alexis wondered.
Well, her legs look weak and thin, so
All participants get up to the starting position. 3,
why is her knee like the end of her knee like a circle? Did she just get a really bad muzzy bite or something like that?
2, 1, go! Alexis is running as fast as she can. She's in the lead, and
The guy.
that guy runs much faster and doesn't look tired. He wins. But how did he do it? Alexis realizes he's not a real athlete. He's not even a human. But how did she know that?
I don't know. I just don't know. Whoa. Oh wait, no, that's his ears. I honestly don't know. I really don't know.
The guy doesn't sweat, he doesn't blink, and he has 2 left hands. It's raining. Mike tries to walk fast so as not to freeze. His 3 goats are following him. He comes out to the river and notices a raft on the shore, but it can only withstand 1 goat and 1 human at a time. A tiger is sitting on the other side of the river. Mike can't sail with 1 goat and leave it with the tiger. What should he do to cross the river?
Oh, I've got solution. Go himself. Oh wait, I've got an even better solution. Go further that way. Go further that way in the river. And then just go across. Yeah, I have no idea. What? There's a bridge. This guy's dumb. There's a bridge right here.
There's no need to cross the river this way. Look, there's a bridge far ahead. There's a house right in the middle of the hottest desert. There is no water, trees, or villages around. 4 people live inside the building: the owner and his friends, an archaeologist, an oil worker, and a surveyor. The owner comes to the backyard and sees an empty jug. "Who's drunk all the water? We don't have any supplies anymore," he screams loudly. All the friends are in shock too. "Those who did that should go to the desert and get some water," he says.
I was excavating in front of the house. I didn't touch the jug.
The archaeologist replies. "I extracted oil under the house. I didn't touch the water," the oil worker says. "I was wandering through the desert in search of an underground river or lake, but I haven't found anything. There's no point in sending us there. You know, I think you've drunk it," the surveyor answers. "What do you think? Who's guilty?"
This guy's guilty. He looks suspicious. He was very suspicious. Because he's talking about lakes. You know, lakes, lakey, watery stuff.
Nobody. The jug was outside. The hot sand and the scorching sun dried it up. Dr.
What?
Phil works in a laboratory for the study of microorganisms. He's sitting in his office, reading a new scientific article. At this moment, someone knocks on the door. It's a young laboratory assistant. He looks scared and says he's met a real monster. "It has several mouths, long tentacles, and 1 claw," the guy says. He locked it in the lab. Dr. Phil goes there to see it with his eyes. He turns the key in the lock. The door is opening slowly with a cracking sound. The doctor steps inside and... nothing. There's complete silence here. There's no monster. Or is there? Where do you think it is?
I do not know. Honestly, this does look very suspicious though. Like, those look like 2 eyes. Like, it looks so suspicious. I'm just gonna say this thing. They're like microscope.
The monster is microscopic, sitting in the test tube. This is a laboratory for the study of microorganisms, remember? Like every morning, Daphne went to her favorite local cafe to get her coffee and breakfast sandwich. She left the cafe after she'd paid. A few minutes later, she returned, looking anxious, because she had forgotten her wallet. Strangely, it was nowhere to be found. She called the police to report the incident. Nobody had left the store, so the thief was still there when the officer arrived. He started questioning everyone. Jenny, the cashier, said that Daphne was a regular customer and she had known her for a long time. So, she would never steal her wallet, and she didn't see it after Daphne had paid. Andre was a tourist visiting the city for the first time. He said he'd come to the cafe because he'd wanted to try their famous muffins. She claimed he hadn't seen the wallet. He was busy trying to pick what type of muffin he should get at the time. And Harry worked as a store clerk. He said that he'd come there to grab a coffee, and he didn't see the wallet because he was pouring milk into his coffee. So who do you think stole the wallet?
Ah, it's my guy Harry. Wait, no, the explorer guy. Could have easily hidden it in his
It was Harry, the store clerk. Or should I say Harold? Do you see his name tag? He lied about his name when he ordered his drink. Also, even though he said he was pouring milk in his coffee, as you can see, it doesn't have any milk in it. Jessica was an aspiring actor, and she had a big
Yeah, I don't really have any experience in coffee, so.
musical theater audition that day. She left her house early in the morning to make it on time, but she had forgotten to take her sheet music with her, so she had to drive back. When she walked in, though, she saw her roommate lying on the floor unconscious. A nurse was standing beside her. She explained to Jessica that her roommate had been poisoned, but luckily, she'd had enough time to call an ambulance.
Anyways, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will make a part 2 of this. See you in the next one. Bye.